You need
Yeah.
people to be willing and able to follow you and believe in your vision, believe in the words that you're saying and where you're trying to go. And in order to believe that, they need to see it, believe it, and then they will do it.
Welcome to another podcast, guys. We have the wonderful John Ventura here today. Man, it's been a bit since I talked to you, dude. You've been like
Yeah.
traveling everywhere, living your best life. Every time I talk to you or send you a text, you're like, "Oh, I'm just snowboarding," or "Oh, I'm going on safari," or you're out and about traveling, man. I love it. I
I
love
do
it.
my best. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Like you just went on safari. How much fun was that?
That was incredible. That was one of the most magical experiences of my life for sure. Highly, highly have to get out there. Got engaged on that trip as well. Yes, sir.
That's timeless, man. Like you're gonna remember that forever. That's really
Okay.
cool. What was the
Sorry, I don't
coolest
know if I can
animals you
curse.
saw? Oh, you can do whatever you want, man. We
Okay, awesome.
zero professionalism here.
Love it.
So yeah,
Coolest animal. I mean, I love the lions, obviously. So just
yeah,
seeing the lions and just in the wild, but they're the laziest, so they don't really do much. I
yeah.
saw a live cheetah chase. That was pretty dope
Oh
as
wow.
well. Yeah, I was like, we really wanted it to catch the gazelle, but the gazelle got away.
Oh
Lucky
nice.
little gazelle.
Team Gazelle for the win. Yeah,
Yeah. Saw some leopards. I really wanted to see more hunts. That was my only
yeah,
thing.
yeah,
Yeah, that was, but just seeing there and being in the energy of those animals and feeling
yeah,
just like the raw, real world was
yeah.
just something very magical as well, and just like
It
very
was probably
humbling to
so
see.
peaceful out there too.
Oh, it's crazy. It's crazy. I have some like videos where I like some of the lions would just like walk up right up to the our truck and like
Yeah,
made eye contact with me. Like, it's just crazy.
yeah. It's
Really crazy.
It's funny, man, because they can like kill you, but they're kind of just like big cats. Like they're all the same.
They
Like the
are.
way they walk,
They
their
are.
mannerisms, everything. It's just like
Yes.
these ones actually kill you. The ones at home just like bite you and scratch you a little.
Right.
Yeah.
Crazy. You have cats?
Oh, we have one. He's a
Okay.
dickhead, but whatever. It came
Love
with
it.
it. He came with my wife. He was part of the deal. So,
Okay. Love it.
um, but yeah, dude, we just went to the zoo. I know it's not the same at all, but we went to the San Diego Zoo and like and the one thing that got me is just this we got to feed giraffes and just the size of the giraffe is absolutely insane. Like it's a big animal, but then when you're looking up, you're like, holy crap,
Yeah.
you're insanely
Huge.
huge. Yeah, same
It's
with the
crazy. And
elephants, man. Like I knew
they're all
elephants are
over.
big. Yeah. Um, and we got to go through like where they take care of the elephants and everything like that. And the cages in there, because they're such big, strong animals, it literally looked like all the cages you saw for like the T-Rex in Jurassic Park and stuff. Like just these massive, massive, thick gates. And like, yeah, it's wild. It's quite the setup. That in itself was more impressive than the animals. But yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, it's the
Good
sheer
fun time.
strength, you know?
Yeah, they're
It's
just
crazy.
insane. Yeah, and they think
Yeah.
they're just like they think
They
they're
don't even
big
try. Yeah.
puppies. They're big
Right.
puppies. They're just like they just don't care. They just like want to
Right.
rub against everything and smash stuff. It's pretty funny. So, anyway, howdy, motherfuckers. We are back and we are doing another advanced affiliate mastermind on November 6th and 7th. And this time we are going to be covering everything from AI, how to implement that into your business and optimize and streamline. We're also going to be covering YouTube, Facebook, Newsbreak, little pay-per-call stuff.
This is where you want to be. There's so much value in talking to all the people here because everyone's done something different.
If you want to learn more about the affiliate space, the only way that you're going to do it is by networking with the individuals who are already doing it. Everybody right now is super focused on trying to scale and trying to grow as a person, also their business, and as an affiliate. So if that sounds like something you would be interested in, you got to come.
Not only are you going to be getting what's working right now, but you're also going to be getting 2 days in a room with freaking fantastic people. These guys are in the weeds, growing their business, hitting those record months. And I'm going to bring them through for you. If you want to roll through, meet some fantastic people that are in the space doing the same thing you're doing right now, send me a DM, click the link below. I'm happy to answer any questions for you and hopefully see you there. So can you just kind of give everyone a rundown of what it is you do? And then we'll kind of like dial back and talk about how you got to where you're at today. So,
Yeah. So I do a few different things now, that all stemmed from driving media. right? It all
Yep.
started with how do I drive attention? How do I drive a person to either be a click, be a lead, be a call, be a sale, right?
Yeah.
And that stemmed into kind of now the organization and the conglomerate that we're working on building here, right? And it all
Yeah.
stems from the fuel is AdSync, and that's our core business.
Nice.
And that is just a traditional pub, as everybody here is probably used to, right? Where we drive media every day, we drive calls every day, we drive leads every day. But now we've started to build different companies that support that one thing, right? That kind of feed off the waste of that one business as well, right? Like the analogy I like to use is like I want to be the big whale. When I was in the Seychelles over the summer, I got to swim with a whale shark, and with
Oh,
the whale
dope.
shark, there's all these little fish that just like feed off the shark, and the shark has no idea that it's there because it's so large, right? And that's kind
Yeah.
of the organization that we're building in the sense of we have our insurance agency that feeds off a lot of again the waste of our marketing agency
Yeah.
as well as the technology business and different technology products that we're starting to now develop for agency partners, for marketing partners, and kind of the ecosystem as a whole as well.
Very cool. Very cool.
Uh,
So essentially, your main business is just driving traffic to offers, mostly of which you own, right? And
Correct.
then from there, just building out software and technologies that feed that and make it better and easier.
Exactly. That's right.
Love it. Love it. All right. So, how did you get into this space, man? Because you're still pretty young. Like, how old are you again?
I'm 28.
Yeah, you're 28, man. And you've done a lot of damage in the. How many years have you been in? You didn't start that long ago, did you?
It's been a little over a decade now.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, 10
Yeah,
years.
started
Solid.
in my teen years,
Yeah.
slanging Facebook accounts.
Oh,
It was
nice.
me and Jay Messi back in the
Yeah.
day. Just didn't even
Yeah.
know what affiliate marketing was or traffic was. We were just, two teenage kids that ended up building a seven-figure company, just arbitraging Facebook ad accounts.
Yeah.
And we were like, holy shit, this is thought we figured
Yeah.
out the cheat code to the
Yeah.
world, and then one day we started to realize what was actually going on behind the scenes, right?
Yeah.
Behind the ad accounts that we were selling. Sure, we were making a great markup, and there was a great volume business there,
Hmm.
but the real juice was these guys were spending tens and sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars on those very same ad accounts,
Yeah.
driving
Yeah.
tens and hundreds of millions of dollars in sales. So that got us down the whole rabbit hole of learning what is affiliate marketing, what is this industry, how does this work, right? But like most affiliates is the industry's changed a little bit, but
Yeah.
before people weren't as forthright to kind of like share information. People
Hmm.
weren't really out there telling you, "Hey, I'm an affiliate."
Yeah.
You kind of had to like figure it out, but then just pull little nuggets and bits and pieces from different people so that you could start to put together what is this whole like big picture that's going on here, right?
Yeah.
And then like figure out, okay, this is where I sit in that picture, all right? And here's where I am, here's where I want to go, and how do I like start to kind of work my way up the ladder as well.
Nice. Yeah, that makes sense. So you guys, I think I remember you guys were brokering agency accounts, right? Yeah.
Agency accounts, we built a whole network of kind of stay-at-home moms, and
Oh,
we use
amazing.
Craigslist and SMS and all these different things to just recruit people kind of MLM
Yeah.
style. So me and him
Oh,
actually
nice.
met doing multi-level marketing, like network
Yeah.
marketing companies way back in the day. So we kind of use a lot of the same structures and things that we learned there to like remodel it and restructure it for this business. And I think
Really
that's
cool.
something that's kind of like gone along in my story is all of these different things that I've like kind of learned along the way have built up the
Hmm.
culmination of the things that I'm starting to build now and will continue to build going forward
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah. I mean, sales is like a timeless skill, right? Like I think that
Yeah.
and it's interesting. I've interviewed tons of people in this space and I've talked to tons of people in this space, and the amount of people that come from some sort of sales position where they had to just like either get out there or just like get in awkward situations, get rejected a million times, they always seem to be very successful in this space.
Oh yeah.
I
You
guess I guess
gotta,
it's every space, right? Like I guess like if you
yeah.
have that kind of rejection, you just don't care. You're just like, I'm gonna do
Resilience.
whatever it takes. Yeah, resilience. Yeah, I love it, man. So, oh, okay, that's really cool. So after that, you sold a bunch of accounts, you ran some agency setups and stuff like that. And then how did you transition to be like, okay, well, we're gonna dive in and actually try and run some traffic?
So it started with once. once we figured out what we had and the value of what we had as well, which was the ad accounts, right? That's kind of like the lifeblood of all of our business. If you don't have a Facebook ad account or a Google ad account to run your ads on, then you can't drive clicks, drive leads, drive calls, or make money,
Yeah.
right? So we figured out, okay, we have this critical piece of the infrastructure, but we don't know really how to buy media. But I do see their ad accounts. So that started
Mhm.
this whole journey of us starting to be able to just kind of take note bit by bit of like how these guys would run their ad accounts, right? How they would write their copy, how they would split test different things, right? And we would try to mimic their setups. And it's funny because
Amazing.
we there were so many times we thought, oh, we know we have this as this guy's exact campaigns and this setup. We should just be able to like take an ad account, fucking
Yeah.
copy and paste it, and we're gonna be millionaires.
Yeah.
And if that was the case, I'd be a billionaire by now, because there were so many campaigns
Yeah.
where it was like that. But there's that's where we start to learn the different nuances of media buying as well, right? All the different
Yeah.
things that happen within different ad accounts, right? It's like things that I've heard you talk about on different talks as well, right? Like you could have the same campaign on 100 different ad accounts and you get 100 different results, right? They might just be
Yeah.
marginal, but they're all different, right? So kind of learning this to manage the whole ecosystem while removing as many variables as we could, right? Because
Yeah.
again, we had the ad accounts figured out. We knew we ended up finding, these offers and making relationships with networks and big advertisers because a lot of them needed our ad accounts for their affiliates for them
Oh,
to,
smart.
fill their caps as well,
Yeah.
right? So there was like a leverage point there as well. And this was before actually there was even uh tools like Divvy and Brex and Ramp and all these digital credit cards. Before you had to
Yeah.
go to Amex and get the 100 credit cards under a bunch of different
Yeah.
names and like recycle
Yeah.
them and replace them and play that
Yeah.
whole game. So there was not a lot of people that were privy to that. So we ended up going back to a lot of our partners as well, and we would offer them the solution of like, hey, you've been buying ad accounts from us. What if instead of buying accounts from me, I'll give you the ad accounts for free, right? But let's rev share them. I'll also give you cap and I'll give you the cash to go fill it. I just need
Amazing.
you to do what you do best, which is go
Yeah.
media buy and go make money,
Yeah.
right? And then with that kind of closed the loop as well, because
Yeah.
sure we had the ad accounts, so we could see their ads and how much they were spending, but we couldn't see how much they were making, right? And what was
Yeah.
the true ROI, right? We just
Yeah.
saw like one kind of like small side of the coin, right? That
Yeah.
didn't tell the full picture. So now we were able to really see, okay, with these different strategies that we're learning, what is the results? Who's actually bringing ROI? Who's able to scale and how and why, right? And that kind of started to, create our own strategies and for us to be able to go off and eventually run on our own.
That's amazing, man. On those rev share deals, like I would imagine that the people that did take it, like it was probably quite lucrative for you.
Yeah,
Um,
I was de-risked at the end of the day because it only cost me uh the cost of the ad account, which is a couple
yeah.
$100, and
Yeah.
then I had somebody else that would float the dough, somebody else
Yeah.
who provided the cap, somebody else who
Yeah.
managed the creative, and I just connected the pieces here and kind of built the infrastructure
That's really cool.
for
Do
them
you
to
mind me
do
asking
what
what
the,
percent you took?
I mean, sometimes it could be 50-50 of
Oh,
net
amazing.
profit. Yeah,
Oh, dude, that's sick. Yeah.
yeah.
That's a good
Sometimes higher
setup.
than that. Yeah.
Honestly, like I know some people that do manage like Facebook accounts still, and I know that their setup is a little bit of a headache, but like, dude, overall, like the agency style setup where you're just taking a cut of spend and all you have to do is just make sure the accounts are solid is it's an amazing deal. Like
Great
on
business.
their side. Yeah, it's a
It's
great business.
crazy to see how
As
it's
long as you have the
grown.
systems. Yeah.
Like I remember when we were younger, we were like, wow, we want to do $50 million. That was like the big number. We want to do 50 mil
Yeah.
selling Facebook accounts. And then at one
Yeah.
point, we're like, oh, maybe that's not too smart because we're breaking obviously like TNCs with
Yeah.
Facebook. They might not like
Yeah.
that. They might come sue us. But now it's like
Yeah.
become a whole like industry in and of itself. And you see
I
them on all
know.
the shows. There's like whole rows of them just like,
I
here's
know.
out of couch. So it's cool to see how
But
the space has kind of evolved and there's more just kind of like arbitrage within the space that's built on arbitrage.
I always yeah I always wonder like eventually Facebook's gonna get sick of that shit and crack down on it though, like
I'm
I don't
sure,
know. Yeah.
it's it's their button to push when they want to push it, if they want to push it. you know.
That's yeah.
But
Yeah, and I mean like
I'm
we
sure
know
it's a
that they
great
don't
source of revenue as well, though.
yeah.
So it's a
Yeah.
great kind of string to pull when you have quarterlies to hit, and
Even with
you're
all
like,
like yeah, like with all the unbanning services and everything like that, as soon as that came out I was like, oh, this is amazing, and I was like, this has a
crazy.
shelf life. Like this
Yeah,
is like I know for a fact this is going to come crashing down because they're going to figure out what's going on. And like we saw it,
they
like it
know.
kind of died out a little bit, and now prices have gone through the roof on it. But yeah, man,
They know.
it's yeah, Facebook knows everything, I guess, but whatever. All right, so after that, you kind of figured out what everyone was doing. You're doing some rev share stuff on the with the people that were making it work. When did you end up starting to run your own shit?
Shortly after that, I mean, we ran a bunch of Nutra products on our own.
Oh, nice.
We got started. We tried to start a tinnitus offer that
Oh,
went
nice.
horrendously bad.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I got started running torts around that time. And I really just
Interesting.
started, yeah, and I started to dive in heavy into torts, and that's what really got me full focus into lead gen after Nutra as well. Because
Yeah.
there's also like for the guys that know Nutra, they know there's like this whole like the mids crisis. And there
Oh,
was like a
yeah.
time where basically like MasterCard and Visa said we're not processing these sales anymore of these types of sales from these types of products and these types of marketing. And the business kind of like shut down. And I was like, all right, what else can I do?
Yeah.
Um, and lo and behold, it's still running, and there's still tons of volume
Yeah. It
going through the
is.
stuff, of course, as well.
Yeah.
But I wanted to find something that was more evergreen, more kind of like can build more longevity, and that
Yeah.
got me started with sports at first. And
Yeah.
I was working with this partner who had these direct law firms that he was working with,
Oh,
and that
nice.
really started to show me the value of having like a direct buyer and a good
Yeah.
partnership with that direct buyer, and being
Hmm.
able to get paid a premium above what all my competitors were getting, right? Because then
Yeah.
when I would go out to the marketplace into a network, some of the payouts that were being offered to me were what my cost per acquisition was for a lead, and I was making a very healthy margin on it still, you
Yeah.
know. So
That's
like it was
awesome.
impossible for them to outspend me ever. All right. So
Yeah.
kind of taking again those learnings, so how do I duplicate that more down the line? Just kind of continued. From
Hmm.
there, obviously assurance started to become a bigger thing, and I kind of fell down what I call the affiliate rat race, where you're like
Yeah.
chasing these cyclical offers, right? Like right now
Yeah.
during AEP, Medicare would be the full focus, but then it would die out, and then there'd be like auto insurance, or there would be
Yeah.
debt, or like there's like macroeconomic factors to it. I've learned as well to these cycles,
Hmm.
um, but kind of chasing that, and then I started getting into like data monetization as well,
Oh,
and
interesting.
started acquiring all these different records where I was SMSing and emailing them, and that was what led me to start to get into pay per call. Actually,
Oh,
was because
interesting.
I was generating all these leads. I had all of this data. I was monetizing all this data. I was like, well, what if I can break even on the acquisition of this data point, right? And then create a customer profile and start to monetize the data
Genius.
better, right?
Yeah.
Then that's like the infinite money glitch, so to speak, right?
Right.
That
Yeah.
has now become a thing. Um, so I started chasing that, and from there I really just fell into Medicare, and it happened to be also at a time in Medicare where there was a lot of consolidation happening with compliance and whatnot, right? And I
Yeah.
came from already doing like a lot of different waves of big volume with assurance during these like cyclical offer times.
Yeah.
So I knew the potential, but I didn't know what it could be until I started to dive deeper and deeper into it. And as
Hmm.
people were leaving, I kind of took that as my opportunity to dive into it head first, and try to
Nice.
gobble up as much as I could.
Yeah.
While people again were getting afraid of the compliance and getting the SMIDs and
Hmm.
dealing with all these things. We're like,
Yeah.
okay, let's double down on here and figure out how to get this, right? How to build
Nice.
more on top of this, and that's kind of been our strategy as we continue to build these offshoot companies, like our agency, like our tech platform now, and some of the data services and whatnot that we'll have as
Okay.
well.
So just to clarify, so like what's different than like an affiliate going direct on like a Medicare offer versus like what you do? Like how come you have the upper hand when it comes to the Medicare space versus like someone like me who just like reaches out to one of the top buyers and be like, "Hey, can I sell you calls?"
I mean, there's multiple things. There's a
You
book.
don't have to give it all away if you don't want to either. Like I'm not asking for your like your total back end. I'm just like I just want to understand and sort of like show the value in working directly with these customers and like growing relationships.
So we're not perfect at it, but this is something I'm driving to push our team better for. Right. And recently I read this book called Unreasonable Hospitality, which
Interesting.
is by this guy, Will Kudara. I probably butchered his name, but he
Yeah.
started this restaurant called 11 Park Madison. It's one of the best
Yeah.
restaurants in the world. It's like a four-star Michelin restaurant in New York City. And the whole premise of the book is how do you go above and beyond for your customers?
Yeah.
Right. And that is something that I work on pushing my team every single day is how do we go above and beyond for our customers? How do we separate ourselves from everybody else here? Right. What is
Mhm.
nobody else doing? And that's a question. Is is a question that I ask all of my customers all the time is what is our competitors doing that we're not that we should?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And always like figuring out how do we get the light shined on us, right? How
Yeah.
can we make our experience slightly better, right? Instead of shifting your mindset, most affiliates are coming in the door of like, how much cap can I get? How much budget can I get? How much can you pay me? And what's my ROI going to
Yeah.
be? Versus what is your business model? What are you optimizing for? How do I help you
Yeah.
optimize towards your goals, right? Which if you're a bigger company that can change quarterly, but they're all overall looking for more revenue, right? So it's
Yeah.
aligned with you because you want more revenue, right? So the more that you can make yourself a linchpin into their plans, the better you solidify yourself, right? It's kind of like if you're a
Interesting.
tech platform, you want to make yourself sticky, right? You want
Yeah.
to add more features and more things into your platform so nobody wants to leave, right? So nobody
Yeah.
wants to use your competitors because it's their switching costs, right? So the higher I
Mhm.
can make my switching costs, but the more sticky I can make my product, which is my
Mhm.
business. It's our service that we offer. It's our communication. It's our effort. It's our
Yeah.
reporting, et cetera, right? Like you can build tech on it, but it doesn't need to be like fancy technology either. It can just be in the way
Mhm.
that you operate and the way that you communicate and the way you just overall do business with them. Because the bar is set pretty fucking low right now,
It is.
to be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah, no, I agree,
Yeah.
man. And I think that's kind of just like the affiliate mentality coming into stuff is
It's just
everyone's
turn
just
and
like
burn.
turn and burn, try to make the quick buck.
Yeah.
And like, dude,
And people ask
even
me all the
us,
time. They're
yeah,
like, "Oh, what do I do? Where do I go?" Like, I'm like, dude, just fucking pick one. Like, there's people making money in Medicare, there's people making money in SEA. Like, I literally just told you the two industries I started making money in here that I
yeah,
left. There's people still making fuck tons of money in there, way more than me
yeah,
right
for
now,
sure.
right?
Yeah.
So like, you just have to like dig your feet in, plant the fucking flag post, and say, "This is it. This is my
Yeah.
land," and I'm just gonna like start chopping trees down. All right. I'm
Yeah.
gonna start taking the action. I'm just gonna do what I need to do to like mend this garden and make it beautiful. All right. Which is
Interesting.
like the relationships, the product, your processes, your operations, your culture, your team, etc.
Yeah. Interesting. So on that topic, so like I'm assuming that you monetize the calls a bunch of different ways because you were saying that you do SMS and so on and so forth. So you do try and either break even on the acquisition cost of that call or customer, and then you get paid on the back end as well with the remonetization of them. Um, but in terms of like internally your team and stuff, what has been sort of the biggest moving points for you to get you from like, hey, we're running like an affiliate show with like a bunch of traffic and we're selling calls versus like, hey, this is a real business and we're growing it out and I see the expansion and the growth every quarter.
It started with EOS for us, for sure.
Yep.
That's kind of like what gave us the foundations, and a lot of what we do is still the foundations of EOS, right? It's
Yeah.
having, your VTO, your obviously your values, your vision, having meeting cadences, having scorecards, having processes, making sure the
Yeah.
right people are in the right places and the right org structures, right? And there's
Hmm.
things that we like veer on and off from all the time. Obviously, it's like anybody that says they're doing it 100% perfectly, I'd love to see, but I think
Yeah.
they're lying.
Yeah. For sure. I mean, because
But I
like
would love to
people are
see.
dynamic, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But I think one of the driving things for sure, and one of the things that we're even driving right now currently is just like a relentless focus on these specific KPIs, right? And these specific levers, right? And what we did was we identified what was there's all these different numbers that you can manage in a business, right?
Yeah.
And the more you condense it, you can figure out there's three or four or five that if you focus on the most, that if there's a 0.1% improvement either way, it could be like astronomical or detrimental.
Yeah.
So the more you can laser everybody in on those, right, and kind of break it down into the root actions that your
Hmm.
soldiers on the ground can drive towards,
Yeah.
then the better the results will be, right? Focus on the
Yeah.
roots and the fruits will be
Yeah.
full. That's kind of like been the new focus, right? So it's all very KPI driven. That's kind of what I've been
Yeah.
obsessing about and working on driving the team towards,
Hmm.
right? But being critical about them is really important because I've also learned setting your teammates out with the wrong KPIs, like setting them out to sea with a compass that's not dialed in correctly. All right.
Got
So
it.
the ship might stay afloat, but they're going in totally wrong direction.
Yeah. For
Right.
sure.
So like being able to course correct at all times and really
Hmm.
understand, okay, what is the controllable in my world that can drive us to where we're all trying to go here?
That's interesting. And and I think that like that even applies to like the average solo affiliate media buyer, because I think that we're all, and like I just see it in the chats all day. Everyone's freaking out about like the Facebook algo or AI or some shit not working or something to be down. But I think that
Mm.
that's just a game that we all have to deal with day to day as long as you're running traffic. And you just have to like either diversify your traffic sources so it doesn't matter when that
Yep.
happens.
Right.
And then you also need to focus on the things you can control, which is more creatives, getting paid out more on the offers, or maybe just having more firepower in terms of media buyers. So like when those three guys are down, you have another three guys that are up. At least that's
Right.
how I sort of
Control
think
the
about it, right?
controllables.
Because yeah, control the controllables. Because we know in this space that like if you try 10 things, two of those are going to work and the
Right.
other eight are just shit. And like,
Right.
maybe take some learning experiences from those eight, but yeah, apply it and just
And
keep
there's so
doing
many
it.
variables that are outside of our control, right? Which is
Yeah.
which is why, like somebody one of my mentors told me that quote of control the controllables, and I feel like
Yeah.
that's because it's easy to like be blinded by all these things. Like you just said, everybody gets focused on all these Facebook accounts keep banning, right?
Yeah.
But instead of crying doomsday about it, what are the things in your world that you can control to either A, avoid it, B,
Hmm.
capitalize on it, right?
Yeah.
Because if others are having this problem, or if you're having this problem, others are having that problem too, and that is probably an opportunity for you to capitalize on, right?
Yeah.
Or just make sure that it never happens again, and
Yeah.
build redundancy and fail safes.
Yeah. And it's like, it's so simple when you say it like that, but people don't really think like that,
No, of
which
course,
is
of
wild,
course.
you know? But I guess that just comes with time and learning and failures and so on
And
and so
I
forth. But
still, you know, we call it running through the forest.
yeah, yeah,
It's hard to. Sometimes you got to like stop
yeah.
and look around and see where you are, right? So you can see the right
Hmm.
frame and the right lens, and then you can make a decision and pivot where you want to go, right?
Yeah,
Otherwise, if you just keep running,
yeah,
then you're just running, right? Without like a very clear direction, right? Or without
yeah.
being aware of the obstacles and how you can maneuver your way around them or leverage them in your favor.
Hmm. Hmm. I want to touch on something that you said a little bit ago, and I understand that you're going to have specifics within your business, and I'm not quite looking for those. I'm looking for more just like not specifics, but what you found that made the biggest difference. And you were really talking about like focusing on the roots and getting those. I don't know how you'd say it, but like digging deep and planted and solid, right? So like within your business, and I'm not looking for like Medicare specific or anything like that, but just like as a company, what are sort of the roots that you really sort of focus on that are kind of the backbone to growth?
Myself, bro.
Yeah, you're the root.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, if you think about it, you as a leader, myself as the leader, like the buck stops here, right? And I am the
yeah,
root source of all of our problems, and I'm only a sprinkle of the good,
yeah,
but all of my bad outshines always, right? And your teammates see that, your people see that, and the more people that there are, the more that it gets amplified,
yeah.
right? So the more careful you have to be as
Interesting.
well,
Yeah,
right? The more mindful you have to be, and these are lessons that I'm learning myself as I kind of
yeah,
go on this journey as well.
yeah,
Um, so it all starts with you. Like I'm in a bunch of different groups like EO, YPO, Hampton, etc. I do a lot of different like forum groups. So I'm in forum. I basically meet once a month with, call it my board of directors, and it's guys at all different levels, like with all different types of businesses. Uh, and we go through problems, right? And I talk about mine, and I help them with some of theirs. But the recurring theme is that the root of all of them is you, it's me,
yeah.
right?
I
Something,
agree.
whatever blockage is happening in your business, is probably something that you're bringing from home into your business,
Interesting.
from
Interesting.
your metaphorical and physical home. You know, like this here.
Yeah,
So the more you work on that, I think the clearer everything else becomes, and the easier I hate to use the word easier, but the simpler or the clearer it becomes. I'll just leave it at that.
yeah.
You know,
So when you say you, are you talking about like either your shortcomings in terms of like your vision, or, and I'm not saying you have a shortcoming in your vision, but like I'm just trying to understand. So when you say you mean like either your shortcomings or your blind spots or your overall attitude
all the
or
above.
all of it, everything?
Yeah,
Interesting.
man.
Interesting.
It's how do you want to build a well-rounded business when you can't
Yeah.
even build a well-rounded person?
So it's lead by example,
Yeah.
essentially. Yeah. That makes sense.
Cre- Create who you need to be to make what you want to make.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah, that's very
Yeah.
true.
Otherwise, they won't follow you either, right? But you need
Yeah.
people to be willing and able to follow you and believe in you,
Yeah.
believe in your vision, believe in the words that you're saying and where you're trying to go.
Yeah.
And in order to believe that, they need to
Hmm.
see it, believe it, and then they will do it.
So on a more like tactical standpoint though, so let's say for example, like and this is just my assumption. I'm assuming you haven't media buyed for a long time, right? Like that's not really your focus anymore. So
It's
how do you,
not, but I still dive into the weeds when I need to, right? When we were at a critical time a few months ago,
yeah,
I don't want to say I'm the first one, but I was one of the first people to dive in, and I'm like, and ad accounts, I'm creating creatives, I'm figuring out like whatever the fuck
got
we
it.
need to do.
Yeah.
Like
So you do it, you
I'm
do
the
it all.
soldier. I'm the general, but I'm the soldier too, and I'll go on the front lines and like we'll fucking
Yeah.
fight the death together.
I
you
love
know,
it. I love it.
I'm not
Yeah.
just gonna like sit on this like fucking metaphorical throne I've created for myself just because I'm like
Yeah.
here and
Yeah.
say I can like crack a whip and do this shit. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
If it was, I'd be a billionaire already. Or
Yeah,
like
that's true.
there'd be a lot more successful people, but it's not that easy. All right.
Hmm.
Let's work out.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. No, no, dude, I get it. I think that's great. I think that a lot of people need to hear that as well because it's funny, man. Like I get some people that come through my course and they're like, they like figure it out a little bit. And they're just like, what time should I hire media buyers, man? And I'm like, when you get really good at it, because I think it's going to be really hard for you to lead someone if you have no freaking clue what's going on, unless it's some sort of different deal where they're already really good and you're providing different value. Like
Correct.
let's say you're the biz dev and you're getting those amazing offers or you're financing or whatever the fuck you may be doing. But to just like hire some juniors off the rip and be like, hey, do this. Like, dude, I've had so many media buyers. I'm sure you have too. It doesn't work like that. Like, you
So
really have to like,
you'll get along, you'll get a few steps ahead, maybe,
yeah,
but it's not going to bring. It depends what you want. Sure, if you want to like
yeah,
half-ass it and like fuck around, make
yeah,
a little bit of money, and like move out of
yeah,
your mom's basement, I guess like that'll get by.
yeah.
Sure,
But I mean, you could
right?
also do that by just being good yourself.
Yes,
Like I feel like the damage that one good media buyer can do is a lot higher than what people think it is. Like they hit this certain, like, let's say they're doing like 500 grand a year or whatever. And they're like, oh, I need to hire. I'm like, no, man, you could probably like, you could do a lot more. You could probably do like 2 to 3,
yeah, 100%.
realistically.
Especially now with
You
AI,
just,
man, this is like what I used to
yeah,
dream of.
for
Like
sure.
now
It's,
with like little click clacks of a button, I have like whole
yeah,
armies that I don't actually need to hire and train people. You have these PhD level tools
yeah,
that you just
yeah,
need to learn to lead it better, right? To
yeah,
communicate clearly so you can get the
yeah.
results that you want.
It's like talking to a Filipino outsourcer, bro. You really got to lay it out step by step.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Oh, dude.
But now you can
Yeah,
10x
that's funny.
those efforts as well,
Yeah.
right? Without having
What
to
have you
increase
been?
costs, without having to increase management.
Yeah. Dude, I've been saying this. I've said it over and over again. Someone needs to create an agency that just literally has someone come out and optimize your entire business using AI and give you like the tools and the protocols you need to do to like either cut your costs, cut your staff, do whatever it may be, and just go business to business to be like, these are the protocols you need to do. This is what you can do to like make your life faster, streamline everything just by using
Love it.
AI. But I think it's a great idea, but nobody's done it yet. How have you been using AI in your business, and like what's the, like sort of your favorite thing to use it for right now?
Is it for too much? Not enough. Um, I mean, we use it everywhere and anywhere we can. My goal here is to, let me put it this way, I guess. I guess like before, like a year ago, I would have like really prided myself on how big our team was.
Yeah,
And now I'm just trying to see how lean and how much more efficient I can make our team now. Like, so I can make our 40, 50 become like to the power of 100, with the
yeah,
results
that's
that they
true.
can bring, right? By now leveraging these technologies. So we have them everywhere from, your most basic note taker to calls that listen and transcribe calls and give a CPA. We've built end-to-end attribution for our entire customer journey so we can know exactly where they started from, where they finished, who enrolled, why they're enrolled, who enrolled them, what was the pain points that got them on the phone, all these different things we can start to pull out using AI.
Yeah,
Obviously, video creation, image creation, you know,
I love it.
everywhere we can. We have
Yeah,
little like Slack bots and whatnot as well that help us manage different things. Um, it organizes my
that's
email,
sick.
responds to some of my emails, and manages some of our tech support.
So you have it in
Uh,
everything.
I'm
That's
like
dope.
trying to integrate it. Like now, this is like one of my big to dos, and this is like probably the easiest way to do it. And this is for like the people if you want to hire a junior media buyer, like you said, right? It starts with being clear in your processes, right? It's
Yeah,
like the EOS traction bit. You got to get clear in your processes. Who's in the org chart doing what, and how are you measuring them, right? And if you have
yeah,
those, you can break it down, and some of those things you can now start to optimize and streamline with just
yeah,
simple AI processes, right? But it starts with having
yeah,
that focus of like, all right, who sits where, what are they supposed to do, and how do I measure them? And then it's like, oh,
yeah.
whoa, what if you just type literally in that role into ChatGPT and say, hey, like, how do I just streamline this with you right now?
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah,
That's smart.
little things
Yeah,
like that, and just because once you have a clear picture of the systems in your business, right, you have the
yeah,
processes and the steps, right, it's all about eliminating steps so that it becomes more
yeah.
efficient.
Amazing.
And then removing constraints. That's something I learned from Dr. Todd. I work with him a lot, and he's really
I
like
love Todd, man.
ingrained this like I look at everything as this like the system of flow and these constraints. I'm just trying to identify the constraints in my process and my assembly line,
Yeah,
right? Have all these different
yeah,
factories around me in these businesses. This factory for media buying, this factory for creating ads, this factory for finding business, and offers and etc. All right. So if you look at it from that frame of mind and you break down the systems into bite-sized pieces, and you just follow the rows through, you'll find where the obstacle is, where is the constraint, and
That's genius. Yeah,
fix
that's
it.
awesome, man.
And you
Yeah.
go into the next one, right? It's like going down the river. And there's logs in the river,
Yeah.
and you pull the logs out, and you keep going until you're stuck again.
Yeah.
You know, that's like the game of business. Is just fucking doing that all day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Literally
Clearing
all
out the
day,
logs.
nonstop. You know,
Clearing out the
um,
logs. Yeah. I like
that's
it.
it.
That's dope. One thing, man, one thing that I've been using it for quite a bit, and it's like, it's pretty low level, but I actually really enjoy it, is I'll transcribe conversations I have with people.
Okay,
So regardless if it's like a Telegram conversation or like a video conversation or whatever, and then I just get it put into text, and I'm like, create a system based off what this person told me, and make it
love
like
that.
clear and concise, and then I just hand it off to the team and be like, let's test this and see how this goes, like regardless if it's like creative process or something like that, right?
Yes,
um and I think that has been very useful for me, because like I'm a somewhat smart dude, but I feel that like I'm not great at putting shit in clear and concise step by
it's
step
hard.
format, because I'm just, dude, it's hard, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, yeah, yeah. I mean, and that's what makes you a good makes someone a good leader, is figuring out how to do that, right? So
Yes. That's why GPT and these tools, like they're both a blessing and a curse, and they can be like a weapon but a hindrance,
yeah,
right? Because it can either like push you to think clearer and communicate clearly, right? So that you
yeah.
can get projects across more efficiently, or it can also like do the counter to that and just make you way fucking lazier and dumber, right? So
Dude,
it's
I
like
yell, yeah, fuck, man, I yell at my wife every once in a while. I'm like, stop asking ChatGPT that dumb shit, man. Like, you're an intelligent woman. Like, think about this for 2 seconds.
it's a
No
double-edged
shade to
sword,
Rebecca.
you
I love
know?
her to death. She's
She's a
great, but she's
genius,
just like,
but
oh, this is awesome. Like, this can figure it out for me. I'm like, stop.
it's like
But
Google, you
yeah,
know?
man. Yeah. Shit, bro. Fuck, this time has flown on this one. That's great, man.
Oh yeah.
One thing I want to ask that I usually close out these conversations with is, if you're talking to someone trying to get into this space, whatever version it may be, let's just label it low level, like they want to get into affiliate, they want to get into, I don't know, lead gen or pay per call or whatever it may be. What's your advice to them? Because I'm sure you get this question all the freaking time. People see your success, they're like, hey, how do I do what you do? What do you tell them?
Start on somebody else's dime.
Yep. Smart.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's the best way. That's something I did. I guess that's part of a little bit of the story I glazed over for sure as well, is that during my time of being a solo media buyer, I also and a lot of agency owners and myself will hate me for saying this, but I was like one of those media buyers that had 10 different jobs,
Amazing.
and I
Yeah.
worked at 10 different agencies, right? And my objective wasn't to just like fucking milk them and take advantage of them. It was for me to have now 10 different perspectives on how these
Yeah.
businesses ran, right? And I would see these different sizes, I'd see these different subsects, right? Where some of them are more service based, some of them were product based, some of them were lead gen based, right? Or some of
Yeah.
them bought their own media, some of them arbitraged their own media, right? So I got to like metaphorically taste the buffet, right? I
Mhm.
get to see, okay, because I had this picture. Once I understand the picture, I see how do I taste everything, and I see which one I
Yeah.
really like,
Yeah.
right? And the more I hung out with some of these people, I would also see. I don't think I would trade places with that guy. Might have more money, but
Yeah.
I think I like my life a little better, you know. Or
Yeah.
like
That's fair.
and that's something I posted about it recently that I got from one of my mentors growing up. It's the law of 33, right? So spend 33% of your time with people quote unquote above you, right? So you can get the
Yeah.
perspective and have people that bring you up, right? To elevate you. People 33% of your time with people at your level, right? That are,
Yeah.
let's say if you're a media buyer, are just starting out or are all spending $1,000 a day, right? You start your round table with them so that
Yeah.
you can all you're all dealing with similar issues and just getting them from different
Yeah.
perspectives, right? And that's something that I do in my EO and YPO forums as well, is every month getting these different perspectives on the same issues from a different lens. right?
Nice.
And 33% of the time with people quote unquote below you, because again, there's perspective to be gained as
Yeah.
well as an opportunity for you to level people up. When those are people that could either become, a partner in the future, a partner in your company, like, or just by teaching, you learn better and you solidify it in your brain more
Yeah.
as well, right? Or you make a connection, you connect them with somebody, and like, there's so many ways um, to leverage that.
Yeah. Dude, I
So
agree. And I think this comes back to like what I always tell people, especially if they like either come through my course or whatever. I'm like, you need to network as much as you can, because the key to success here, which I
people,
see over and over and over again, it's the people that network and ask questions and connect with other people and work
that's
through
it.
problems with other people. It's not the dudes that sit by themselves and just like think that they can one man it.
No,
Because it's like having a team. It's like having a team working through the same problem and someone will find a solution.
100%.
So yeah, get out
How do
there,
you
talk to
how do you
people.
get people to be evangelists for you, right? So that
Yeah.
when they meet somebody that has a Medicare agency, they're like, "Oh, yeah, let me connect you with John. John's
Yeah.
the right guy." Or
Yeah.
if I need media buying training, I'm like, "Oh, fucking Gabe's your guy.
Yeah.
I got you. I know exactly who to go. I know exactly who to send you
Yeah.
to." You
Yeah.
know,
I agree. Yeah. And I think that we're in a time too where everyone's very open to help. Everyone wants to help. I think that like, I mean, there's certain things that people aren't going to give away that are higher level, I think, but the majority of people are happy to help in this space.
honestly, dude, come ask me because
Yeah.
I there's nothing that's fucking secret. To be honest, that can't
Yeah.
be
That's
figured out.
fair.
Like maybe there's somebody with this like a little trick or code or whatever that gives them like a
Yeah.
slight competitive edge, but that competitive edge goes away in a few months when Google updates their algo. What
Yeah.
withstands the
I
test of
agree.
time is all the things that I've been talking about and setting those right foundations, right? And having the right people, the
Yeah.
technology, the culture, the processes, right?
Yeah.
The buyers, the relationships, etc. To
Hmm.
sure, you might get a little bit of margin on me right now,
Hmm.
but I'm going to be here for the next 5, 10, 20, 30 years. Right? And I will build something valuable.
Yeah.
Right?
Consistency is the key to
That's
growth.
it.
And like, I think that the mentality of just like smash one niche, move on to the next is pretty much dead, to be honest with you. Because like I see the amount of people struggling just trying to make that next niche work all the time. And to be
Versus
fair, as
doubling
a
down.
straight like dude, as a basic affiliate, like it's a tough go out there. Like you're getting paid peanuts for just shit, and like the quality is also a major issue these days as well, because I think that all these people buying the leads are like, oh, we want to pay you nothing, but we want the highest tier quality, and we know that can be a challenge on Meta unless you're doing something better, such as calls, or you're following up with the customer, or you have different touch points, right? But yeah,
Well,
it's a
that's why
different
I
game.
think the business is changing big time because we are getting disintermediated and we are
Yeah,
the intermediaries. But especially
yeah,
with AI as well, right? Like it's just, and even you've seen this. I sent it in one of our group chats. Zuck is creating like a whole self-serve. Like his goal is to basically remove the need for an affiliate, right? Because if you're a business owner, you can go into Meta now, not yet, but in the not too distant future, from Zuckerberg's mouth, you can just plug in and say, "Hey, I want Medicare leads,
hmm,
people in this area," and they fucking just come. You don't need to
yeah,
figure out the ads. You don't need to figure out the lander. You don't need to figure out media buying strategy. They just figure it out for you. They know who that is. I'll just plug you in and pay you a premium. And why then do they need me?
yeah. And I think that like as we go on even more so, there's gonna be less need for affiliates or media buyers just with the AI stuff. Like people, it's only a matter of time before people come out with like a full software that works well, or a full like AI driven, I don't know, ad platform or something that you just don't even have to do. Be like, hey, I want good traffic to go to this link. Do it
That's
for
it.
me. That's
It'll
it.
come. We
So
have 5 to 10 years probably. We'll see. You
yeah,
know,
yeah, for
but
sure. For
and
sure.
if quantum computers get out any sooner, then we're really done for.
Yeah, that's true. Awesome, man. Okay, so I don't know if you want to, and you can say no, but if anybody wants to reach out to you, are you open to it? Are you not? If so,
Yeah,
what's the best way?
yeah. Hit me up on LinkedIn. Go on my
Cool.
YouTube channel. I'm gonna plug my YouTube channel. It's a new channel.
Yeah, do it.
Show some
Do it.
support for your
I'll.
boy. Um,
What's your
and
YouTube
yeah,
channel? I'll drop a link below too.
I think it's John M. Ventura. I have to double
That makes
check that.
sense.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's okay. We'll
but
put the link
l-
below.
there we
You
go.
gotta send it to me to make sure
Yes, I
when
got
this
you.
releases, we'll yeah.
LinkedIn, Twitter.
Um,
Yeah.
what are you gonna be talking about on there?
All kinds of shit, man. All most just like business, marketing, just kind of all things I
Nice.
like to kind of riff about and kind of share my knowledge as best as I can.
I love it, dude. I think that
So
like in this space, we need more leaders and more people putting out content because I feel that like it lacks on some level. We got some good guys, but I think that more is always better in this space because I feel like it's underutilized.
I agree. If I want to like
Yeah.
close out with one thing, it's encourage, especially all the new guys here. It's you're learning an extremely valuable skill, right? With
Yeah.
learning how to media buy, it's the ultimate go-to-market strategy, which is what all big companies want, is how do I get more customers in the door? How do I acquire more customers? How do I get people to call me, pull out their credit card, whatever? You figured that out. Good for you, right? The
Yeah.
next step is how do I build a great business? How do I build a business that stands the test of time, that adds a superior software or service or product to those, right? Or become one
Mhm.
of them, right? So don't just think, how do I sell more of these leads and drive more volume, but how do I become my buyer? How do I understand this
Mhm.
ecosystem so I can plug myself higher up in the ladder here, right? And become a linchpin where they can't remove me, they can't disintermediate me because
Mhm.
I am the ecosystem.
I love it. That's
Like that.
smart. Words to live by. All right, man. I
Oh yeah.
appreciate you.
Thank you,
Thank you
brother.
so much for your time.
Yes, sir.
I'm glad we finally got to do this.
Likewise. Appreciate it.
Later.
Later.
Bye.